Our competitive intelligence program rose up from the ashes of a fire. I'm not kidding. I was 6 months into my product marketing career. I added another person to the team, and his first 2 weeks were spent stuck in a boardroom with the likes of me on an incredibly tight deadline. We were tasked with doing a deep dive into our top competitors, understanding their strengths and weaknesses, doing a feature comparison, and determine our positioning at the end of the day. And honestly, I look back and I can't believe he stayed, but I am uber thankful. That's another video. Our CI program can be down into three buckets of why. The first is we help our internal customers, which is sales and CSM, achieve success in the market and sell more effectively through better understanding and positioning. The second is we help our buyers buy. There are so many available tools that they need to evaluate. You can imagine how confusing it would be. So we help educate them, reduce all the noise, and understand those key differentiators across the board. And last but not least, we help steer the future of the organization and navigate the multitude of ways that we could take our platform. And today, this program is managed mostly by that one product marketing powerhouse. Some companies inspect their market once a quarter, but we really prefer to stay on top of it 24/7. It's always on, it's never dropped, and it's continuously evolving, just like the market that we're in. And one of the main reasons that we've taken this route is because we are a platform at InterHive. We cut across a wide swath of categories, and that really opens us up against an array of competitors and ankle biters who are popping up every day, and all who compete against very particular areas of functionality, but no one can do everything that we do. So where do we find our signals? Forewarning, I am about to brain dump on you, but this is the list that I wish that we had a couple of years ago when we first got started. So here's the laundry list. Internal teams like sales and CSM, they are your best friends in this scenario. They often hear things from their customers and prospects that aren't publicly known or available online. You need to give them a way to easily hand over that information, whether it be through interviews, a Slack channel, a CI tool, or your CRM. Check out competitors' websites and social to keep a read on their messaging and marketing tactics. What is getting attention? What is driving their business forward? Obviously, new features or products that they've released and how this changes how we stack up. Our win-loss program helps us really understand what buyers value and what was important to them. Market analysts are a great source of information if you can build the right types of relationships. And then we've got press releases, news, blogs. Here you can really see new acquisitions, new rounds of funding, maybe new VIP logos that they've attracted. Who are they trying to recruit? This is a biggie because what their job postings entail is a really good indicator of where they're headed next. Recorded customer calls, the gold mine. And this is really a bonus if you can create alerts for when competitors are mentioned or specific features that you want to hear more about and keep a pulse on. Peer review sites. This is a big one. What do users love? What do they dislike? How is their ongoing support team structured? What types of personas are using their product? CRM, of course, is a wealth of information. There's opportunity notes, lost reasons. You can even really get fancy through reporting on win-loss rates to understand how different attributes like vertical, company size, or geography view and rank your solution and company. And of course, it wouldn't be a legit competitive intelligence program without the dark web. But I'd have to kill you if I told you our tricks for that. So one thing to clarify here, although we are black belted ninjas when it comes to snooping on our competitors, we still analyze with integrity and class. We don't pretend to be buyers or hire people to pretend to be buyers. Sure, it may take more work, but we can sleep at night. For me, this is really important as I have two youngins that I'm chasing when I'm not at work. All right, great. We have all of this information. Now time for the flip side of the coin, which is, in my books, even more important than the gathering state, because now we have to distill and enable. And one thing to keep in mind is what format is easiest to use for you. We used to have an enablement up the yin yang sessions that were once a month, and we would go really deep on individual competitors. And then we would be the source of truth for every salesperson and every CSM out there, every product person alike. Slack was blowing up. And we did that for an entire year, and it took an incredible amount of time to manage. But I am proud to say that we have learned and evolved since. So here are some of the tips that we took into 2021. Your product marketing team is likely really small compared to other areas of the business. So see if you can embed some front lines that will hold the fort between you and all of your internal customers like sales, CSM, and product. And for us, that was our solution engineer team. They became the masterminds of competitive intelligence, just like us. And then they would come to us for additional questions that they potentially had. Keep a Slack channel and maintain battle cards. All inquiries should be directed there before any further work. The bonus of this is instead of those monthly deep dives, is that you don't need to worry about AEs accessing and using stale information that could put them in a really awkward sales conversation because everything should be reliable in those battle cards. So understand who you care about. All competitors are not equal. Let me say that again. All competitors are not equal. We have tiered our competitors depending on how much we've come up against them or what we anticipate for the future. And there have been cases where we've been asked to go deeper and deeper that we've just really had to say no to. Even in the case of some of our tier one competitors, sometimes knowing every single detail about how their solution works won't help you win or position better. This year, we've started preparing monthly reports on shifts, changes, announcements, and these are pretty easy to prepare if you have a CI tool and keep the entire organization up to date. And quarterly market pulse sessions with the product team and executive leadership are incredibly important to us. These sessions go beyond competitors though, and really speak to how this space is shifting as a whole, interesting new features or functionality that are picking up pace. And we also like to incorporate our voice of customer insights. So if you were to ask me what I learned over the last couple of years, I would say so much. But one thing that I would recommend is as important as competitive intelligence is, don't let it dictate what your organization does next. It's a dance. It is a fine balance that you'll need to figure out for yourself. But if you are prioritizing why you lose, then you may lose sight of why you win, those key differentiators, the white space, and ultimately what buyers and users are trying to solve for. It can be really easy to get caught up and caught down rabbit holes in a space that picks up pace and is moving so quickly today. So I recommend having a North Star on why you do competitive intelligence in the first place.